Hey there, neurodivergent, neurotypical, substance dependent, or independent people watching. Today, I'm finally going to cover the lesser known symptoms of autism from my own unique perspective. Welcome to the video. Posture is the first one I'm going to describe from my point of view. My posture is often with my arms up behind my head, my hands grabbing each other. And a lot of people have continuously asked me why I do this. It must seem very weird for them, but it just feels comfortable for me. I also used to walk weirdly, but not on my tiptoes. I kind of walked in a tilted way forward as if I'm running, but over the years I learned how not to do so because it was starting to cause me some serious back problems. Although I fixed my posture just recently, maybe like a year ago, and before that I was just walking weirdly all the time. Moving on to personal space, it's a lesser known symptom I experience very harshly. I love my own space and I defend it sometimes aggressively, like Sheldon from the show The Big Bang Theory. People have actually compared me with Sheldon when I start doing this. At the end, it's better to have my own personal space and be at ease instead of being an ass to all the people around me, right? Another thing is that I dislike being in the presence of loud people, even if they mean good and are gentle towards me. Their loudness just suffocates me. I can't express it any other way. I used to mask this a lot back in the days when I was drinking, but I don't do this anymore. I just state I feel uncomfortable and leave. Animal company is one of my favorite things in life. I love cats. I used to prefer dogs. However, since my girlfriend has 8 cats, I kind of switched eventually, and now I'm more of a cat person. Plus, her cats are really cuddly. And they're also animals of great spiritual importance, which I'm going to uncover why in future videos. I also adore mice, rabbits, and rodents in general.
Also, I like snakes, other reptiles, frogs, beetles, spiders, and many more.
One of my favorite animals is the elephant. I find them very intelligent and spiritual beings. If you didn't know it, elephants kind of have funerals of sorts, and over the course of years, they would go to the place where the elephant has died and they would honor their deceased loved ones. So, next one, clothing. My style of clothing is weird. This is very obvious for my friends and family. I still wear baggy clothes from my teenage years. I like sweaters that are larger for my size and baggy pants. They look comfortable and they look hippie. Next symptom, organizational skills. My organizational skills are top notch. Probably except for doing my bed, even though I try to do it most of the times. But every once in a while, especially if I'm feeling depressed, I wouldn't do it. Other than that, I love folding clothes neatly and perfectly, washing dishes, arranging them. I love putting the table before we eat. Also, when I cook, everything is nice and clean, unlike my girlfriend who lives a mess, but she actually cooks better than me. My PC and my laptop are nicely organized so that you can find everything with ease. There is no clutter on the desktop, and files and folders are named very clear and explicitly. Well, the sleep problems. I used to struggle with this symptom a lot until very recently. I used to have a hard time falling asleep as well as staying asleep. It was really hard for me to find a solution for that over the course of many years. That is, until I delved deeper into the issue and found the reasons behind it. I'm going to talk about the research I went over and share some advice and tips on how you can achieve a better sleep. Echolalia, as I mentioned in the previous video, is uttering words that you just heard from a person or from a song or from anything. For me, it could be because I didn't understand it from the beginning, and repeating the information helps me process it in my head. It could also be an expression I find funny, and I keep repeating it over and over and over again until I get bored and it's not amusing for me anymore. This can annoy people a lot sometimes. So I have gotten to not do this so frequently anymore, at least not around other people. Although, if it has to do with understanding the information I just heard better, I still do it. It just comes naturally. Alexithymia is another condition on its own, just like echolalia, that is part of the autistic arsenal of quirky behavior. I'm guilty of it too, and to be honest, it feels really hard sometimes, especially when it's about processing your own emotions. It is upsetting when you can't properly read other people's reactions or how they feel, but when it's about yourself, it can be depressing. I'm happy to say that I have learned how to make progress with that slightly, which I'm going to discuss in separate videos. I hope I can help you with my take on it. Inappropriate amount of eye contact is something I struggle with to this day. I just can't figure out how much time I have to look at somebody in various situations, whether they're sharing something funny or sad or just an interesting fact. It is very anxiogenic for me, and I have found little to no solution for this. However, I'm going to cover this in a video of its own as well. Taking things literally has been quite a hindrance in my life so far. People tend not to listen to you when you ask them explicitly to be as blunt and direct with you all the time. However, over the years, my family and my friends have gotten used to the idea that I literally take things literally most of the time. There is some advice I can give on that as well in the future, as I have managed to learn how to understand sarcasm, rhetoric, and understand other people's emotional cues better. This can help me reveal the underlying meaning in a conversation in various situations. Being inappropriate is something I find funny and positive in autistic folks. This makes for a truthful and genuine contact with us. Just tell it like it is. There is nothing simpler than that, right? It might be offensive a few times, but when people get used to you, you won't need to mask yourself so much in social situations. I guess I'm going to go over this in a future video as well. Picking up new skills has been a pain in my butt for most of my life. It still is. New job, new gadget, new software, all the same. It always takes me a while until I get used to it. And it also may take a couple of meltdowns too. I'm still exploring ways and means to navigate this symptom of mine, and I'm going to cover it in future videos as my research progresses. So stay tuned because I might find something amazing to turn the tables. Next symptom, neurodivergents stick together. That's a fact. We understand each other better and can help each other as we experience similar amounts of social pressure and anxiety. We heal each other, is how I can express it best. That's why we get along so well. I'm going to cover this lovely topic with pleasure in the future. Fear is something I often experienced at school, being bullied and being laughed at for being socially awkward and eccentric. I still jump on my toes from loud noises or loud people because I just don't know what to expect. On the other hand, I love dark and creepy places and horror and thriller movies. I'm also an adrenaline junkie, which helped a lot push me into drugs, to be honest. But now that I'm clean of all shitty substances that I used to abuse, I can use this to my advantage to take calculated risks. It can be very helpful when the given situation requires it. I will also talk more about fear and autism in later videos. So here it is, the lesser known symptoms of being autistic with my own personal flavor of them. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and stay tuned because the next one is going to delve deeper into what this channel is all about. Peace be with you.